My fiancé's parents said, "Our lawyer should write the prenup since we know what's fair." So I hired my own and watched their faces change. Becca and I had been together for 3 years when I proposed. She said yes before I even finished asking. We were perfect together, or so I thought. Her parents, Douglas and Vivian, owned a chain of luxury car dealerships across the Midwest. My dad was a high school teacher. My mom worked at the library. We weren't poor, but we definitely weren't their kind of people. The first red flag came at the engagement dinner. Douglas ordered a $400 bottle of wine, then made a show of paying while commenting how I'd need to get used to their lifestyle. Vivian patted my hand and said, "Don't worry, dear. Becca will teach you how things are done in our world." I smiled and nodded. Becca squeezed my hand under the table like it was fine. A week later, they invited us to their estate for what Becca called a family meeting. Douglas pulled out a folder. "We want to discuss the prenup," he said. "Since our family has significant assets to protect, our lawyer will draft something fair for everyone." Fair for everyone meant Becca kept everything. I'd get nothing if we divorced, even after years of marriage, even if we had kids together, even if she cheated or left me for someone else. The document gave me $15,000 for every year of marriage, capped at 5 years. Their lawyer had already drawn it up. All I had to do was sign. "This is standard," Vivian assured me. "Just protecting what's ours." Becca sat silently, not meeting my eyes. That night, I couldn't sleep. My uncle had gone through a brutal divorce and always told me, "Never sign anything without your own lawyer." So I hired one. Her name was Patricia, and she'd handled family law for 30 years. She read their prenup and laughed. Actually laughed. "This isn't a prenup," she said. "It's indentured servitude." She drafted a counter-proposal. Equal division of assets acquired during marriage. Reasonable spousal support based on length of marriage and income disparity. Standard protections for both parties. The second family meeting was different. Douglas expected me to arrive with a signed document. Instead, I handed him Patricia's version. His face went from confident to confused to furious in about 10 seconds. "What is this?" he demanded. "My prenup," I said calmly. "Since we're protecting assets, I wanted to make sure it's actually fair." Vivian's perfectly painted lips formed a thin line. "Our lawyer already drafted something acceptable." "For you," I replied. "Not for me." I watched Becca shift uncomfortably. She'd known exactly what her parents were doing. Douglas started yelling about disrespect and ingratitude. Vivian called me manipulative. But here's what they didn't know. Patricia had also run a full asset search. Turned out Becca had a trust fund worth $2.3 million that matured when she turned 30, 6 months away. Their prenup never mentioned it. My version required full disclosure of all assets. "You can't expect us to just hand over our family's wealth," Douglas sputtered. "I don't," I said. "I expect not to be treated like a gold digger while you hide millions and offer me poverty wages for being your daughter's husband." The room went silent. Becca finally spoke. "Maybe we should postpone the wedding," she whispered, "until we figure this out." That's when I understood. She'd been in on it from the start. The shy agreement to her parents' terms. The refusal to fight for me. The quiet compliance while they crafted a trap. I stood up and pulled the engagement ring from my pocket. I'd taken it off that morning, somehow knowing. "You don't need to postpone anything," I said, placing the ring on Douglas's folder. "There's not going to be a wedding." Becca's eyes filled with tears. "You're choosing money over us?" I laughed, bitter and sharp. "You chose money over us the second you let them write that prenup." I walked out of that marble-floored mansion and drove straight to my parents' modest house. Mom made coffee while I explained everything. Dad didn't say much, just hugged me hard and said, "I'm proud of you." 3 months later, I heard through mutual friends that Becca got engaged to one of Douglas's business partner's sons. They didn't bother with a prenup that time. After all, he came from the right kind of family.